when you start trying to deplete when it comes on to bodybuilding, you can't be coming from a third world country trying to deplete. You're going to tap into muscle. Your body's already low on fat, right? Because if you see a lot of third world country people, they're naturally already lean, naturally already lean. And that's because one, they walk a lot. Two, they're in high stress environments sometimes, most of the times, right? Because you always
The conditions.
dictate. Yeah, like I know when I was in the islands, it was like no AC. Like I never discovered AC until I came to America.
Hello.
And I never discovered fast food until I came to America. So it's a real thing.
Hello.
It's a different kind, and the food is not heavily over processed. It's not ultra processed food. You're eating literally food from the earth, literally. And trust me, some of us has the best digestive system. That's why a lot of times when we eat ultra processed food, it goes right through us. It's like we get upset stomach, we get diarrhea. We can't even eat fast food like that much because our stomach just our gut microbiome just doesn't accept it very well. So
Mhm.
that's a net of cascade of things that do deploy themselves on someone that's like straight from a third world country. That's why usually, and this is a caveat, guys. Usually, a lot of people who really do good in bodybuilding competitions is literally from a third world country because our body, once we're able to train our gut microbiome to absorb the fats and absorb the carbohydrate, we blow up quick. But our body is so already fast burning system that it's like when we blow up, it just push our muscles out more. It goes into the right muscle. It goes into the right cells. So that's why a lot of times when we don't hold on to adipose tissue as much. Now people that's here in America, their body's so used to that ultra processed food. They sit a lot. The metabolism's already stalled. So once they try to bulk up, they put on a lot more fat than someone that's straight from a third world country. So that's something, just a caveat on that. What's happening, guys? We're gonna get the intro. What's up, bro? I can't even hear you.
No, we're good. I wasn't saying
Oh,
anything. We're
he's like,
good.
oh, whatever, dude. All right, guys. So we're here getting it done. So it's your boy Drake the Reaper
You
and
got the
Mr.
one and only
Okay.
Rotastic here with you, baby. Locking in. Much love.
And thank you guys for being here, guys. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for sharing with your family and friends. And like I said, Kish is not going to be here today. Kish, you're definitely missed. We love you. Hard working man, Mr. Impact himself, getting it done. However, we're here, guys, to talk about a couple topics, fitness related, AI, and yeah. So we're going to start off with that. And just give a quick update on how Houston is doing right now, because for some of you guys who know, we are going through a winter storm. You know, there's no snow yet, so
Mm.
yeah, so everything is fine here. I have a lot of people hit me up, yo, how you doing? How you doing? How you holding up? It's sunny outside right now, guys. I can't lie to you, but it is cold. It's like 20 or 30 something degrees. It's fine, but no snow yet. The only issue is that I I really want to get to the gym, you know, and I'm gonna try to make it sometime today because I don't believe in you know can't can't skip a leg day, right? Can't skip a
Come
leg day.
on
You
now.
know what I'm saying? So I gotta try to get to the gym today. So how about you, bro? You already training and everything?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I had a good old back day. Um,
Back
it was
day,
it was it
nasty.
was it was pretty smooth, man. It was thorough. Um last these last week and a half, 2 weeks, man, my lower back has been acting up a bit ever since I done did some rack pulls, and so I just
Woo.
kinda been mindful. Needless to say though, still been making sure I target the muscle groups effectively, but I just
Mm,
kind of toward the type of work.
mm.
Um,
So you say you've been
now,
doing some rack pulls and your back is suffering from them.
yeah, man, my lower back.
Cause I see you go heavy, and we could jump on your page real fast. Let's go ahead and jump on Rotastic page real fast, because this guy, I saw you picking up some stuff the other day, and I was gonna say, yo, what is this? Like you over here training like you about to hit stage again. Like, what's up?
Oh,
So
uh,
I'm like, you train like a monster out here.
but it was so you know once you realize that, man, you just gotta make the necessary adjustments.
I feel you.
See, if you if you bring up that other screen.
Hey, you can see my screen here.
All right, I just hit watch. Let me see it's loaded. See what pops up. Mm, nah, it's still loading.
Still loaded, huh?
Stream failed to start. Let's see. Oh, stream. Dang it. It's loaded.
Page down. Oh, there we go. All right, so yeah, so we on your page here, bro. So if you guys are not already following, follow Rotastic, TikTok. Um, See your page grow over time, bro. It's growing fast too, rapidly. But you're definitely changing the game, bro. Like these videos you've been doing lately, nice videos, bro. Nice videos. Like these videos are nice. And your legs are growing, dude. We're gonna have to smash legs when we get down there.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
So
It's
you say so you say you've been doing rack pulls.
yeah, man. So the rack pulls, man, I realized because it wasn't just the squatting.
Right.
It
You got
wasn't
any
just
videos on here you doing racks?
um it's,
You got a back day video right here.
nah, that was just her. That was just her.
Oh. One of my favorite exercise too, by the way, bendo rows. Ooh. Oh, here you go.
Let's see that one right there. I don't know if I have a if I did anything else. Yeah, okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. Wow.
Okay, we got the rack. Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
There it goes.
yeah.
There it goes.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah.
So obviously is a back day, and you just went nasty. Like, okay, so before you do a back day, what do you like? Oh, your posting look great, bro. What do you naturally eat the day before? Like, you're about to hit back, and you like, okay, like before you even went in this day, what did you eat the day before? Because I know the mindset going into the next day of training, it's like, did you get good sleep? Like, what are some of the key things you do before you do like look at this, rack pulling on the plate? And we're gonna talk a little bit more about how you systematically like, program yourself these workouts, and why you choose these workouts on this day. But how do you program yourself going into a big back day?
Man, trying to make sure that I have sufficient amount of calories going in. Um,
Did you have like a cheat meal the day before? Like, did you?
no, and for you know what? So while I haven't been doing any cheat meals, man,
Oh
like
wow, wow.
I haven't really been doing cheat meals. Like
Yeah, cause you look crazy, bro.
it's one of those things where I'm just trying to mitigate it until I like really need like I'm gonna start incorporating, but it's just like I'm trying to make my body feel like get to a place where it's like okay, now you could be able to enjoy a surplus of some sort.
Right.
But it's like I'm trying to see how long I can just hold out, man. I just
Uh,
feel like you get a
s-
stronger.
So you are now. You when's the last time you had a cheat meal?
Probably
Wow, bro, it can't be that long. He's like, this thing
no, no,
was
no.
like
Probably like
2 years
August.
ago. August?
Probably August,
God.
man. Yeah,
Wow,
yeah.
bro.
And I was at a hibachi spot. August.
I mean, hibachi, can we say? I mean, yeah, it's kind of high in sodium and fats and stuff like that, but
Yeah,
still,
because I had
like,
to chef up my own meal. I had to chef it all up.
oh,
Like, oven, then I had to chef up the meals.
man, I haven't been to hibachi in a long time.
This
Uh,
is
All right, so you've been feeling your lower back lately because you've been going heavy as hell. So is that strategic? Are you strategically trying to do more rack pulls? Um, do you do conventional deadlifts at all, or no? You just do rack pulls?
yeah, no, just rack pulls. Rack pull and back extension. Those are my
Okay.
two. Those are my two go tos.
And if you guys
Um,
don't know what the rack pulls, and I'm gonna let you explain it a little bit here, bro. If you guys don't know what bro mean by rack pulls or back extensions, those are the machines that you go on and you could like do reverse like crunches. So basically, you like extending your back upwards, and then you're leaning down forward, relaxing the pelvis over the pad, and you're driving back up backwards. So it's literally just back extensions. I call it the reverse crunch because you're going up and down and you kind of like extending the
it's that
back.
rack pull movement right there.
And then the rack pulls are these are easy to do. And I see that you got a plate. Is that just to elevate you up a little bit?
Yeah, so I could make the distance just as I come up a little bit more of a stretch.
Right. And
Um,
these just strengthen the erectors because that's mainly your goal right there was to strengthen the erectors, right? To really allow more thickness in the lower back.
yeah, yeah, no, 100%. Um, because I don't do deadlifts, so
Right. And so for you,
my
some of you guys that are young, and don't get it twisted, bro's young. He's 30 now. 30, yeah, you're dirty
yeah,
30 now. So like when bro was 21, he was doing deadlifts. So that's a big caveat for some of you new guys that's training. Do deadlifts. Don't skip out on deadlifts. They have their place. Yeah, no, some of you guys oh no, I don't want to set up the bar on the ground. Do your deadlifts. Those are your foundation work. Your compound lifts, you need to constantly do. Those build way more core strength. Those really build a lot more thickness muscle throughout the whole body. And the rack pulls are usually like years after, or if you throw it in once a week or every other week, cool. But the sheer strength from pulling the bar from the ground is bread and butter. Bread and butter to building a foundation. Yeah, so go ahead, bro. Like,
but yeah, so I mean, ultimately, it's so yeah, I'll go between those two for lower backs. So I'll typically try to warm up with either the back extension and then go into that movement of some sort, or vice versa.
okay.
Um,
So when you starting off your back workout, do you do abs before? Like how do you warm up? Say you walking in gym. So walk me through a back day. Like so you already say you eat a heavy calorie meal the day before. And then now, okay, it's the next day. You're going into the gym, right? You're loaded up with food. So the next day now you're going into the gym. You're in the gym. Now, what's your next step as far as warming up? Do you do some abs? Do you do cardio, a little bit of cardio before you start? Do you do pull-ups? Like how do you warm up
yeah, no,
before
I
you
don't do I don't do pull up starting out because I'm not trying to over exhaust.
Mhm.
Back I want to really get into the movements.
Mhm.
So I would do abs. I start off with abs before every workout session. I just get that out the way. Um, yeah, yeah, I get it out the way every session. So I do the abs. So that takes
Mhm.
about 10 minutes, good 10 minutes going back and forth, doing like a lower ab movement and like an oblique movement of some sort.
Mhm.
Um, so therefore you're getting the whole ab. So go back and forth doing that for like 10 minutes. Then I'll go into the T-bar row. and then
Okay.
I'll do it. And then right after the T-bar row, just gradually progress on up. Start from a lighter load for sure.
So
Um,
the T bar roll, or the landmine, are you saying either one?
the
Because the
T-bar or
T
left.
bar roll, yeah, the T bar roll is the one you lay down
Oh, the
on
chest.
and
Oh, okay.
chest support, and you get the roll, and then the landmine is the one that you there's no chest support.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so the landmine, the line.
Okay.
That was my issue. So yeah, the landmine. I'll start off with that, and
Mm-hmm.
then after that, I'll go into the um, rack pulls because I want to get the heavier component, the heavier lifts out of the way,
Okay.
and the one that I know the areas that I want to work on the most too,
Mm-hmm.
and really build up the strength and also the overall development, muscle
Mm-hmm.
development.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll do those particular muscle groups,
Right.
and and from that point on, I'll go to like isolation movements where we're doing lateral work, where it's right after those two particular movements, we'll either go do back extensions to get some
Mm-hmm.
more lower back work, and then
Mm-hmm.
after the back extensions, then we'll go over to like a neutral grip movement, as you will see in this video right
Yeah.
there. Keep
Yep.
that clip, single arm, neutral
Yep.
grip, and
Mm-hmm.
then after go to the bar, I could
Mm-hmm.
either do single arm underhand or
Mm-hmm.
I'll do a barbell underhand. So when you really get to look at it, you get to hit, and then I possibly might do some pull up just for just to kind of over exhaust the lat muscle because I didn't
Mm-hmm.
do any overhand movement.
Mm-hmm.
So so therefore you get to target the muscle group with different hand placements. You got neutral, under, and overhand if if we put in the pull up. So
Right. I
perfect.
mean, I definitely think those single hand movements are sleepers. And I know for the average gym goer, if you're an average gym goer, like you're probably you're probably trying to wonder like how do you string in a single arm movement? And it's simple, like what bro just say. Like he would do his heavy lifts first, and then he would go ahead and then throw in those unilateral movements, meaning that he would go do single hand seated row or single hand pull downs. And those are important because people don't understand the bilateral movement. Yes, you're stronger in those movements because you're using muscles in all different areas to balance or pull the weight. That's normal. But when you're focusing on one side, working unilateral side, you focus on one side, right? You're fixing the imbalance that the bilateral movement creates because you are compensating a little bit more on either side. Your both side is not equally strong. People think so, but it's not equally strong. And sometimes you have to develop strength in the other side. So it's like work those unilateral movement, and that is something that I could preach to any one of you young people that's going into the gym, any one of you young guys that's going into the gym. Work your unilateral movements every week. Don't skip them. All right. I see a lot of people just, oh man, I can't remember the last time I did single arm this. And I'm like, how you expect to get stronger and develop a great physique? Sometimes, we walk out of gym and look lopsided. We have to be able to create that balance. So definitely a great tip there, brother. Definitely a great
Yeah,
tip
no,
there.
that's why they have us, man. They have us so we can go ahead and fill them in on the insights because they need the hindsight. They haven't been there. You know what I'm saying? They're
Yeah,
going into uncharted territories. They've never taken themselves to this level of strenuous
yeah, of training.
work, workload. So it's like it's just one of those things, man. So hey, we
And
just
like
gotta
and this is you with your client here talking about a back extension.
grind,
And
grind,
that- and
keeping the
a
curve.
lot of times, yeah, and guys, just give you a heads up. A lot of the time you guys are thinking like the lower back, but sometimes it's the glutes. Sometimes that lower back actually is already strong, but the glutes are weak. So a good exercise, and I see you doing it here, bro, is the hyperextensions. If you're able to move it through slowly and contract the glutes at the top as you're coming up, you're going to squeeze and activate your glutes muscle. and you're going to work them. People are scared to work them. People could literally go on that machine and not even activate their glutes. And I know this personally because I used to do it way back in the days. And I used to be like just swinging out with 45 pounds, just swinging out, not even squeezing my glutes or nothing like that. And all that create, guys, it just creates, all it's just doing is just creating like that weakness in the glutes. Like your glutes are not getting strong, but you're feeling your lower back a lot more. And all you're doing is just like a door jam. And you're not really creating that muscle mind connection to activate those deep erector muscle that travels through the glutes. So into the upper glutes. So
No,
key
hundred
tip:
percent.
move that weight, do the hyperextension, nice and steady. No fast stuff.
No, 100%. I agree, man. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, I mean, dude, like I see you bounce back from back injuries time and time, probably twice. I see you bounce back from back injuries. Now, can you explain to the people how you injured your back the first time?
Oh, boy, jeez, can I doing Now
The
my thing is
deadlifts.
this. I can't even recall if I had a belt on. I think I did have a belt.
Yeah, you had a bodybuilding belt on. See. Well, let me. I'll tell the story. Like we was lifting heavy. Was lifting heavy, and proper technique was going out the window. Cause this was
Oh,
way back then, and we was ego lifting, that's the call. And when we get around each other, we get like that. Just some gym bros in the gym just pushing each other. And when you're pushing each other, you're going to develop, I mean, you're going to get like, sorry to say guys, but you're going to get a little bit of banged up, that's natural, right? However, bro had a bodybuilding belt, and it's not really a movement that bro do a lot. So deadlifts wasn't like his big forte. I even think he had on tennis shoes that day. It was just like one of those days that it was just not like a powerlifting day. And 315, guys, believe it or not, 315 is a lot of weight. But bro was up like pushing towards 500. And remember, if it's not a movement that you train on a regular, you might don't want to push the envelope to that capacity until you train up to that kind of weight. So I think, it was just a heavy set, and bro had on a bodybuilding belt. The thing with a bodybuilding belt is that it's not a super supportive powerlifting belt, which if you had a powerlifting belt, I think you would have been substantially way better and be able to brace those core a lot more and have more protection. Because anytime you injure your back, it's usually because the core or the glutes are not firing. Those back muscles are vital and can be damaging if those muscles, like your core is not braced correctly or your glutes are not firing throughout a movement. And I think that was the issue. The bodybuilding belt, it creates some kind of tension around the midsection, but it doesn't give you the full diaphragm brace. And that's why you see in front of a bodybuilding belt is really skinny, right? And it goes across the diaphragm, right? But it's really skinny. But then a polyethylene belt is really thick, right? And the girth of it is really like it's 10 millimeters or 13 millimeters. And it's pretty thick and it's braced. The bodybuilding belt is very thin and it's a slight little brace. It's not extremely hard, if that makes sense. Which one is that? Turn it, turn it.
this
Yeah,
is
that's a powerlifting belt right there.
Ethan.
Yeah, that's a powerlifting belt right there. So for some of you guys who are looking, you guys are new to the gym. This is a message for you guys. Get yourself a good belt like bro just had, and use it efficiently. You know, use it efficiently. Use it on your compound lifts. Okay, use it for those PRs. Use it for those compound lifts. But what would you say your back is like now? Would you say your back is 100% now or what?
Yeah, it's about a good 80. It's about a good 80, 90. Um, so it's definitely getting back. I've been doing a lot of stretching,
Hmm.
a lot of different stretches. So
Yeah.
I just realized recovery is essential. You gotta you gotta stretch. You gotta do your form of chiropractic work if you don't go see a chiropractor. Little things like that. Those things matter. Those things matter.
It goes a far way.
Listen, that's also a reason why I'm
Foam
gonna get
roll.
this ice bath and start doing that, implementing that once a week. Do an ice
Yeah.
blend for about 8 to 10 minutes. From
Bro, cold showers, bro.
I want something to shock the body way more, man. Way more than
Bro,
that. That
I
shower is cool, but
cold
when you're in that freezing temperature where your mind, like even when I was in the cold weather recently, it was like 40 degrees. That's abnormal for us over here in Florida. And I was just like, when I walked into Dunkin', I was trying to get the words out of my mouth. I was like, hold on, give me, like I know what I'm trying to say, but 1 second, because it ain't just there's a disconnect because my body is trying to keep myself warm. So therefore, neurologically, I can't think and process things. I'm just trying to I'm fixated on this weather that's just so abnormal. So I was like, hold on, okay, so all right, let me tell you, just black coffee. But so if it can have an effect on you like that, imagine when you actually put yourself in the waters where it's
yeah.
probably it's negative or whatever, and then you gotta fight the first 2 minutes to stay in it. Oh, the only reason why I know so much is like I've experienced it one time in high school, and I remember
Mm,
what the effect was on
yeah.
track.
Yeah.
And one time I was like, oh, the next day my legs was back on the track. I was like, what? No, get out of here, yo. My legs was swollen the day before. Got into the ice bath the next day, fresh.
Yeah. What you used to run
So
back in track?
I did 200. I did a
Uh,
200,
okay.
but it was
Hey, yeah.
uh
No,
yeah,
no,
it was
I'm saying you did 200, but it's like, could you have done the 100 meters? Like,
100 meter, man. Them cats is. I didn't have it. I did not have it. Them cats. Listen, even on the 200, I didn't have it. Like what? I was I had it around the curve, but on the straightaway, man,
a different kind of speed on that straightaway, man. It's a different kind of speed on
it's
the
like they
straightaway.
picked up speed. I was like, what? It's like they picked up speed. I was like,
Yo, and
wow,
then you
y'all,
have
y'all
Jaheim follow your footsteps. Jaheim did the 400 meter, ain't it?
did he? Oh man,
Yeah, Jaheim did the 400. If you guys don't know who's that, that's our youngest brother. Like he did the 400 meter, and he was doing pretty good. He was winning competitions. So yeah, he was very braggadocious about it too.
listen. That's
It's the funniest thing to see because like when I see his races, and I wish I could have pulled one up, but when I see his races, when he sent me the video and I see it, and I see when he gets to the finish line, he look like he's about to pass out. Because I know that's a full on. I know in his head he's full on sprinting because he wants to dominate, and that's the thing about us. Yeah, we just naturally want to dominate. So I know he's trying to. I know he's running. It might not look like he's running full speed, but he's running full speed. But when he gets to the end, man, he look like he's about to collapse. I said, "Damn." I said, "Damn."
a 400, man, all the way around the track, boy. That is
That's a beast. Yeah,
endurance. Endurance. You
yeah.
gotta know how to stride it out. You gotta be a great strider.
Yeah, yeah. I mean that's one of the things that I always find interesting too. Like as runners, like do you find yourself training as hard as someone that's like getting ready for a pilot to meet? Like how did you guys train during like track? Did you guys even lift weights at all or no?
Bro, it wasn't, it was a lot more, I'll say it's a lot more calisthenics.
Mm,
A lot more calisthenics, man. And because that, like the type of pump you get just from just doing sprints.
yeah,
That's why when I tell people like, yo, methods to tire out kids, oh, I
it's
got it.
running. Yeah, running.
I'll be like, no, 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 run straight there. Come right, like. Set up obstacle courses because I know we do about 10 hundreds. Listen, pull
Bro,
out sprints, make it competitive too. Be like, yo, two of y'all run against each other. The next two run.
yeah. Yeah, you sleep pretty good too because
Oh,
literally, bro, last night I had Dre doing circles in here. Because it's cold outside, right? So she didn't go to the park. So I had her doing laps around the house. I mean, around in the living room, just doing
the living room.
laps, running, racking around, running around. And I'm there running with her too. So it's
Uh-huh.
like I know, like, because I always know like kids, their energy level are extremely high. So it's like for them not to go to a park because it's cold outside, it's supposed to be freezing weather. So it's like I don't want to take the chance and we go outside and she end up catching sick
Catching
or
cold.
something like that. Yeah, so I'm like, let me just stay inside or whatever. But man, I literally had to run her laps because her energy is immense, bro. So let's go back to the workout part though. Did you find yourself training like back the first day of the week? So if you were supposed to give somebody a workout routine for the week, what muscle group would you suggest them to start off on?
Well, if it's a person, like I was, it's all depending on their level, their fitness level. That's
Mm,
because for me to my breakdown is going to be a lot different than what the other person's breakdown is going to be. Plus the
hmm.
time frame that they have.
So
Most
if I
people,
was,
especially
hmm.
most people starting out, man, they don't even like the whole gym in itself. So no, realistically. So if we're talking about being realistic and trying to be, hey, what can we really do as opposed to what we want to do? Because we all want to do some shit. However, what can we stick with? And I would just tell a person if they fresh out the gates, they don't like training and they're not fonder of it, full body. You only got 5 days, 45 minutes to an hour, full body, 5 days a week.
Mm,
Um, and make that work for the best for you. And try to do try to do 1 to 2 exercises per muscle group within that time frame. I'll say superset because that's all you would have the capabilities of doing superset. Um, but if it's someone that's a little bit more, they got they're into fitness a little bit more. They've been a part of programs before.
mm.
Like for me, I would say I start out the week with legs and I end the week with legs. So let's say Monday, Friday to be legs.
So
Um,
it's all depends on what their plan is to build, right? Like because I'm saying like say I'm Suzanne and I used to work out back in the days, but I stopped. Life got busy. I got two kids and I work a full-time job, you know, and I'm a single parent, got two kids. Like how would you structure her workout?
Yeah, I'll do the same thing for her too. Well, no, a woman I probably will take out possibly like and it all depends too, because she might want to be able to hit chest, but there's certain movements that I possibly wouldn't have her do. Possibly let's say chest and shoulders, give or take.
Hmm.
Only have them focus on the um, back, legs, and core. Um, Predominantly within that routine.
Hmm.
Doing a lot of different supersets, keeping the volume high to
Hmm.
keep that person tone, and also the heart rate. A lot of times people don't realize that you get a certain level of cardio when you're doing supersets,
Yeah.
because
Are you a big
burning heart.
advocate of that now? Like, are you a big
Oh,
advocate
yeah,
of like,
dude.
yeah,
Because like yeah, 100%. Because of the simple fact that I'm like you're getting more bang for your buck. You
right,
know what I'm saying? Especially if you don't have the capabilities of doing cardio, you don't have enough time because you got to get
right,
back home to the kids. So it's like,
exactly.
yo, let's
That's
maximize.
exactly what I do for some of my ladies clients that has they got to be to work at a certain time, they got to get the kids ready, and it's only them. I always recommend to just we do supersets, triple sets, quad sets. And I also got a set that's called infinity set. Like an infinity set, like you're not stopping. Like you might
Hello.
like we go from a pull down, cable pull down to single arm dumbbell rows to pull ups. Then we go over to the rower machine, and then we go to walking lunges. I
Oh
call it
man,
an infinity set because it is minimum 5 workout in one.
come on,
And you run that circuit, and then I would give you anywhere between 45 second to a 90 second break, and I don't make it go past that because I got a good method of how I gauge people. I don't know
yeah,
about you, but when people like, I'm so tired, I'm so tired, and then you know what I do? I said, all right, let's take a break, and it was taking a break, right? And within 5 seconds of that break, I'd be like, yo, so what did you eat yesterday? Or yo, what do you got planned for today? And then they start talking to me. Oh yeah, well, I gotta go hang out with my girl. I gotta go do this. I said, and I'm watching them talk. And as I'm watching them talk, and I see that they're having their sentence or their words are not distorted, and they're speaking fluently without like pulling it for air,
Gasman,
and I'm like, yep, yep. And so I gas them up. I was like, and I just pull them over to the machine. I'm like, yep, come here, yep,
yeah,
come here,
uh huh,
come here. All
100%.
right, we got 15. like,
But you see what you just said? I think that's the beauty right there. I think a lot of people overlook the the concept of having a coach there. And what you just said today, I mean, just now was like
mm,
the complete rubric and understanding of why having someone there. Because what you just put together was literally even the regiments of what you were saying within that infinity set. It was all structurally structured perfectly and well put together to where you know that you're hitting all muscle groups effectively, but also certain movements isn't as it
accent
allows you to be able to get
recover.
some exactly. So when you got the lunges in there, you got it's one by one steps, but you still have the ability to intake,
And
oxygen
people
with
don't understand as you're walking to a different machine, people is not counting the amount of steps that you're taking from this machine to this machine. Like literally, sometimes it would take a person 20 to 30 seconds to get from this machine to this machine. And believe it
come
or
on.
not, that's a good enough break for you to perform another exercise. And this all guys, this is caveat here, guys. This all depends on how your coach already structured your program. This is all predicated on what your conditioning level is like. This is all like saying that if, because the Susan I'm thinking about is, for example, one of my clients is like 165 pounds. She's 5'5", and she do a lot of cardio before she started with me, so I know her endurance level is pretty high, but her muscle endurance, right? Her muscle strength is not there, but her muscle endurance is there. So it's like little things like that. So your coach and your trainer already has a rubric that they follow. Some people think that, oh, well, I could just do it. I could just ask AI and try to pencil through this. And it's like, yeah, but what you don't understand that AI doesn't have is the observation of how you're performing the exercise, right? So, for example, if I have Susan go from a pull down to a single arm dumbbell row, now I'll have Susan do 12 reps of a very like intense weight. Then I have Susan walk over here. But as Susan's walking over here, I'm over there adjusting the bench. I'm watching Susan come over here. I'm explaining to her the movement. I'm having her put her belt on a little tighter. I'm having Susan to take a couple deep breaths before we engage this workout, and I'm making it really concise, meaning that I'm not overdoing it. I'm not telling her we're gonna push this to the max. We're gonna get this 100 pounds up and listen. And I'm like, I know that this amount of weight, the way you're able to structure their strength capacity is by just understanding the ratio of their recovery from each exercise. So that's also part of the rubric of how I train a Susan, for example, and not try to overdo them because sometimes people would get in the mind space of overdoing someone and not understanding how they're able to manage the workout. So
Mhm. Oh yeah, and therefore that'll hinder them from being able to consistently do what they need to do the next day. Like that's one of the caveat too, where it's like a person would be like, "Oh man, I want to demolish this individual. I just want to break them down," and it's like now when they go to work, now they're feeling all type like they're feeling like, man, listen, I'm about to have to go ahead and and cut ties because now you're affecting my work capacity. So you
I
gotta be
love I love when I get a text message. Hey, I'm still sore. Hey, that was a great workout. I love those messages. I love
no,
them.
that's the difference. That's the difference. I'm talking about if there's a because no, there's a factor where it can be like, oh, it's pain versus like no injury versus
Debilitating.
pain. Say
Yeah,
again?
yeah, yeah.
Injury versus growing
Debilitating.
pain.
Like debilitating. Like for example, like you can't freaking go up the steps at work. You're like, yo, I can't. Yo, boss, I can't make it to the second floor today. Why you can't make it to the second floor? I did legs. Who gives a Who gives a damn about legs? You better take your ass up here and go get his documents. Like little things
100%.
like
That's
that.
what I'm saying. Just to because no, it's possible. There was times when I had to tone things down a bit because they were like their capabilities to perform the next day
Mm.
uh, was a little bit. So we had to make some adjustments to something, and and it all varies too. Everyone's ages and things like that. We got to keep those things into consideration. Um, so
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean that's totally like I say, guys, don't take what we're saying and just try to do it. However, if you're a mom like Susan and you're pressed for time and you're a single mom and you work a 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, I literally would try to get you in the gym at least 3 times a week, and it would be real concise. It would be like 45 minutes the most, an hour on certain days, but it'd be a full body pretty much every other day. It'd be like a full body, and that would get you maximum gains. Maximum gains. So that's definitely one of the biggest challenging things when it comes on to people who have a family or kids or stuff like that, and they're just trying to stay healthy and stay fit. You know, so that's something that's how I would program it. Hey, couple things, man, real fast, man. Did you ever find out how like how can you transfer like a I should say, how can you transfer a new beginner to a gym rat? How can you transfer their mindset? Because people don't understand. Like, if you've never been a person that's locked into the gym and understand the discipline and the consistency of it, you might not want to do it for a long haul. So, for example, like you a gym rat, I'm a gym rat. We all a gym rat because we understand the discipline and the consistency of it. Now, for someone that's like, yo, do you ever find out like what is like a conundrum for them to be consistent in it?
Oh man, I think sometimes they gotta see it. They gotta see it to kind of embody it.
Mm,
Um,
the results.
more so like how you may possibly be doing something intense. So whether if it's through a combination of them seeing videos
Mm-hmm.
and then you when you actually seeing them, you actually go over it and let them know like, hey, I need you to kind of emulate what you've been seeing with me, like that same level of intensity. Or during the session in itself, like trying to cultivate that or curate that inner beast. Because we all have it in us. We all
Mm,
have it in us. We just gotta find ways to kind of get that lever turned on. Like, but I'm pretty sure there's something we can use as far as things that we can say to kind of rev them up a little bit to kind of get them to kick into the gear. Something that kind of gets them going. So I think that's where doing a little bit of therapy work to kind of see what I wouldn't say triggers, but certain little things that can help them push the intensity level a little bit.
yeah.
Yeah, so no, 100%. And possibly even trash talking sometimes. Who knows? Like, like it could be a no, no. Hear me
No,
out.
you're
Trash
right.
talking
You're right. I know
in
what you're
the
talking
sense of
about.
it's reverse psychology. Like, oh man, you acting all weak. Like, that's all you got. Look, they're like, oh, I'm gonna show you, coach. Like, these are
One
things
of my
that
greatest
we
tactics. One of my greatest tactics is to tell the person is to yell at them, right? And I didn't know how beneficial that is until one day I wasn't yelling at one of my clients, and they was like, well, Dre, you're not you're not yelling at me. You gotta yell at me. I'm like, I didn't think it was a thing. Cause I'm like, it is one of those days that I was just like, hey, you
I
got
need
it.
to see the
I'm
more
just trying
basic
to,
talk.
yeah, I was trying to reinforce the motivation. I'm like, hey, you got it. Trust me, you can do it. And at the end of the work, I mean, in the middle of the work, I was like, well, you just gotta yell at me about it. I'm like, okay. Like I didn't know that was such a people actually need that. And I said, damn, like, and that is something that I don't. I mean, is that something that you need, person?
Bro, I'm like, man, shut up. Shut up. I got this. God damn. I need a little bit of, just monitor like right here. Like I don't need no
Oh
you
man,
maggot. You like whoa, listen.
I didn't know that was
But
a thing like that. I mean, I kind of get it. I kind of get it though.
100%, I get it. That's what I'm saying. Like that's why I could put myself in their shoe and be able to apply it. But it's just
Yeah,
like, but you can't just always be thinking everyone is receptive to that. You kind of gotta
yeah,
know because I don't want to be that person where it's like, yo,
hmm
work well with. And that's
right.
what women gotta understand. Like just because it may work well for you, me as the man, I don't know if it's gonna work for like we have to communicate that because I know how to turn that on, but it's predicated on who.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
personnel is everything, you
yeah.
know? And
So
if I'm a
no, no, go ahead.
now I'm just gonna just say like ultimately, like in order for us to know how effectively how to be able to get across to you to be receptive, then that's just something they gotta voice. Jump. So therefore we can operate properly and not have you feel turned off or feel like, yo, this is a little bit too harsh.
Hmm
You don't want to rub people the wrong way. Everyone
hmm
operates differently.
That's true. That's true.
You
So,
probably got to
so
encourage. Yeah.
what do you have in the music? What do you have in your headphones when you're about to do like a heavy back day video, like what we just saw that day that you look like you was pissed off for greatness? Like, what do you have to have in the headphones?
Oh man, it all depends. It all depends. Probably, it all depends. It's not.
Like,
I'm
okay,
not
so in that back video that we just saw, what do you have in the headphones? Because I know you, I know,
probably like probably some young Jeezy. Probably some young Jeezy.
okay. Now we got some volume. Like, what else?
Yeah, no, it's. I gotta. It has to be in you. It has to be in you. You gotta.
Yeah. You gotta
You
have
gotta
like
be.
that dog mentality, right?
Yeah, no, trust me.
And I post recently the other day, I was like, yo, you gotta be doing this for a while. You can't just try to jump into the gym and try to get some gains real fast. It's just like, okay, for example, we were talking about AI earlier and how AI could help us create content a lot more faster. People don't understand that, like, to understand AI to work fully in your 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 usage, it's gonna take a little time. And I naturally don't have a full day to study AI. And AI is growing so fast and so rapid that I feel like within a year time, and I don't know, bro, I don't know how fast you realize AI is moving, but AI went from like a basic chat GBT to like, cause you just ask a question like Google, right? To like basically like helping you develop content faster. Like, this is what you should do. This is how you should plan this out. And yo, do you want your rubric to look like this? Do you want your videos to look like this? I could do it. Stuff like that. I think, and this is, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think AI is going to take a lot of place for us assistants. One, you're not going to need marketing people no more. You're not going to need assistants no more. Um, I think you're always going to need a coach, in-person coach. What's your thought on that? Do you think people are going to deviate away from in-person coaching and go more to like an AI, in their ears as they're working out, or AI on their phone as they're working out, instructing them, or what?
So I mean, in person is always gonna end up trumpet. Um, because it's a different dynamic. It's a different dynamic. It's different if they
Like
don't.
how?
Because the AI is not going to have that personal bond or that personal connection. It's robotic. It's systematically programmed.
But you
So they're
do
not
know
going.
that they're having relationships. People are having
No,
relationships.
100%. Because they're able to, based on how much information they know about you. And nah, trust me, they got the AIs calling them. Like people will really say, "Oh, I need you to call me daddy," every time when you wanna. And she's like, "Yes, dad." Like, no, trust me, it's getting wild. It's getting wild, bro. Um, but now we're going off of the range of individuals that never really had true proper human connection with someone that's more in tune.
But how you know that?
Because ain't no way. How is it that one kid?
You said
No,
it.
because hey, nothing would trump. Because think about it. Why is it that we choose to go deal with other different human beings? Like, but you mean to tell me that this AI
Mhm.
just suits you well? Like it fits everything that you need. No, like to me, I feel like if a person does get to a place where they're fully engulfed in it, and it's like it's fulfilling all the needs outside of a human being, um, and different human beings on top of that, it's like something is that individual needs some inner working because it's
So can I paint a picture real fast?
talk to
Check this out. Say you're with this beautiful young lady. You guys been together for say 6 months, and she's like, "Wow, like this is the guy for me. Like, he's physically strong. He's there. We connect very well." And she said, "Okay, um, but she has some news for you." And you're feeling her too, and you're like, "Yo, this is the best. This is the best relationship I ever been in. Like, she's cool." And she said, "Hey, listen, I got some news for you." And she's like, "When I first met you, I forgot that. I mean, I didn't want to tell you, but now I feel like we're getting serious, and I want to tell you that, like, there's this AI I've been using for the last few years, and he's called Steve." And there's a sense of connection that I have with this AI that I still
Yeah,
use.
bring on in here, man. I'll just pack my best up and I'll be on my way. Steve, you got it, my boy. You got it. No, but wait.
But she's like, I just wanted to be a part of us. Are you okay with Steve still being a part of us? Like, are you okay with me talking with Steve and not taking offense to it? Or how would you feel
Well,
with that?
now my thing would be, what is his part playing? What is he doing exactly? If it's
It's not
if
physical, you know that.
but if it's to assist with money making opportunities and she don't
Yeah.
by any
Let's say it's to
if
make money, it's to help her
it's money making
strategize.
opportunities.
It's mental. It's all because we know it's not physical, obviously, but
No,
like,
100%.
hmm
But now my thing is this though, right? If it doesn't take away from what her particular fulfillments to accommodate me would be, the things that I would need from her, then like if I can't connect with her and be able to rap with her and on some talking deals, and because she's like, oh, I'm completely exhausted from exerting it with
Steve.
Mr. Steve over here. So we don't get no talk. Hey, but if I peep that there's a lack, listen, she gonna have to go, man, because then what is like what's the point? What's the point? I wanna be in something that is like, all right, it gives me a reason to do something.
So basically, you're saying that if she's been talking to Steve all day, so say it's a Tuesday and she has a day off, and you coming home from work, and she's like, "Yo, you want to talk to her, but she's like, she's giving one word answers like, yeah, awesome, cool." And you over there like, yeah, this and this and it, and she's like, and you realize she just giving you one word answers, and she's not really fully engaged in the conversation. And then you be like,
She tapped
yo,
out.
yeah, she's tapped out, and you be like, yo, what, and she's like, well, I just kind of been with Steve all day. She's kind of like, I've been with Steve all day, so she's like, hey, I'm kind of a little bit exhausted, like, would that be a issue? Would that be something that you're willing to be a part of? Or would you say, okay, no problem, tomorrow? Because I'm going
Well,
somewhere with this. I'm going somewhere with this. I want you to answer the
that,
question
that's
directly, though. Would that be a
that's
problem?
interesting. That's interesting, man. Because, but I just know it'll be like then it's almost like I'm just using her for her body. And if that's just what it is,
But you're
if
trying to
that's
connect. You're trying to connect mentally, though. You're over there trying to talk with her. You're trying to be, like emotionally there, mentally with her. So it's like, but she's
first
like,
step.
yo, I'm tapped. Today's been a long day.
So that's what I'm trying to say. Like if it's the only thing that's left is physical, then I don't think I'll be truly fulfilled there.
Okay.
So
So
I don't, yeah.
so Steve got to
There will need to
go.
be some stimulation.
So Steve got to go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So would have to go if it takes no, because that's what people don't realize. That's where it goes. You know what I'm saying? It's no different from in the other world. Like this stuff has been going. Like, listen, there's nothing new under the sun. So
Mm.
these things have been going. People got work, husband, work, wives. Like these things have been going on before the end of time. So and assistants and all these different things. So it's like, and then you mess around and deal with it because it's just once you have the dynamics of a man and a woman in an area for extended periods of time, if they're attractive enough, man, things are gonna grow. So if that's just in person. So imagine if it's someone that you're able to just converse with.
Whenever you
It's
want
like,
to.
say it again.
Whenever you want to.
Like they'll even probably mess around and pop up and say something out of randomly that you would want a person to say at that given time, and it just
Yep.
does it. Like, and you're like,
Yep.
it's just like, come on, man, it's too much going on. You gotta micromanage it. Like, yo, how much compliments somebody that gave your girl? Like, dude.
But I also
So yeah,
think
yeah,
it desensitized, you know, the person from like compliments, like you say, like because if this AI is giving you a barrage of compliments, you're gonna be like, yo, and then you over there just saying the one, hey baby, you're beautiful today. And she's like, okay, what else? And you're like, wait a minute, wait, what do you mean, what else? How much of this compliment you need? And she'd be
no,
like,
it's
well, tell me my ass is fat, or tell me,
uh-huh.
you like the way I smile at you, and it's like,
Uh-huh.
yo, this is too much. You know what I'm saying? And
No,
it's
I've
like you
heard
got
that from a woman. I've heard that from a woman. They was like, oh, you know how many people be out there like giving compliments?
yeah,
Like, you know how many people be giving compliments?
they're overly stimulated by it.
I'm
Yep.
like, okay.
And that's what
Wait,
makes it so and that's what makes it so like profound in today's day and age with people getting comments because now social media gives you the access to more people. So imagine how many people is in shorty DM or your girl DM or saying, yo, she posts something simple and someone is like, oh, that looks really cute. Boom, that triggering her dopamine right there. So she's like, oh wow, that kind of got me excited, right? I'm happy to hear that. And then somebody else, she posts, I'm rocking these shoes today. Oh, those are really nice shoes. Boom, another compliment. And it's like now you don't have to go out in the street. You could be in your house taking photos of this and that, this and that, and then boom, people are sending you message in your inbox. Oh, this is nice. This is pretty. This is cute. So now she's overstimulated. So now when she come to you and you over here giving the one compliment, she's like, That's it.
One dry. Now it becomes the one dry compliment. Like this used to do it, but now it's dry. Now it
Yeah.
ain't entertaining enough. Now
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Now
I
she's
get
saying,
bored easily.
"Oh, you don't care about me," and that's why I said, for example, where do you see live streaming going? Because of course you do live streaming a lot, and if you guys already know, Rotastic is a big live streamer, and you do live streaming a lot. Where do you see live streaming going within the next couple of years? Because of
Dude,
how.
that's the
Mhm.
wave. That's the wave because people want to see what people got going on. So if you're doing things, this would be the best time. To be quite frank, even Gary Vee said it. He said TikTok Shop live stream.
Is the
Listen,
number
people
one.
blew
Yeah.
up off of making a cake. And this is some of the things that I watch from the people who started and stuff like that. When they give you people to go watch their stories and how they started from doing this, and now it's this big old thing. Lady started doing cake videos in her
Hmm.
kitchen,
Hmm.
doing live streams. Before you know it, now she's an affiliate with TikTok doing this and getting more people, more live streamers on board. Bringing in probably 100,000 a month, 80 to 100,000 off of streaming and TikTok. It's just wild numbers.
Can you imagine that though? Getting 100,000 a month.
Oh, it's listen. From what I've heard, it's a lot. It's really doable. You just gotta put in the gotta do due diligence. But it's just one. Even if it was just half of that, you know what I'm saying? Within a month, you're bringing in something that people will take a year to bring in a month's time.
Hmm.
So now, when you talk about putting in your efforts, oh man, it becomes everything you do now is like, oh, it's revolved around this. You having a conversation. I don't care. Listen, I'll keep it on me and you'll have that talk right there. They don't know who you gotta be. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Everything is being monetized.
Hmm.
I don't care how you feel about it. Talk. Let's talk. Let people know this is I'm being authentic. I'm gonna tell y'all like this is how I converse on the regular.
I
You
wish
know
I
what
kind
I'm
of
saying?
had that video that you had with that girl that, and if you guys don't know, there was a girl that was on bro TikTok, and she was like, can you pull down the video that you and her was having a talk? And what is your thoughts on that? Is that something that if you're having a conversation and you decide to hit record, do you have to get the consent? I mean, of course you would like to get the person consent, but do you think the person like should have any say so if it's still on your social media, and if it's nothing, you know, disrespectful or nothing like,
Yeah.
you know,
But you know what? It's my platform. They really don't have to say I could keep it up there, bro. Honest, like
right.
I could have. And realistically speaking, I've seen other people go through that very same thing where they've recorded things in the past, and then now
Hmm.
that they're really, prominent in the influencer space, and then they now post these videos, people be like, "Oh, no, don't do that." It's like,
Hmm.
yo, you don't have no say so.
Mm.
Like, you
Because
don't
she,
have
she
no
she
say so
went
because
off.
at
She,
the
she she
time
she
you were with
messaged
it.
you. Right. She messaged
But
you and said what? Like, give people the story real fast, if you
yeah,
don't
no,
mind
but
sharing
at
that
the
story.
time, I was like, because we initially she came up to me. Hey,
Hmm.
you remember me? Da, da, da. Like, I stood for a sec trying to, like, she's like, oh, the girl. I was like, oh, okay. Da, da, da. Then we started talking about something, and I was like,
Hmm.
you know what? This would be good content. Hold on, let me go ahead and hit the record button. She's like, yeah, that's fine.
And
So
oh
it was
wow, she gave you the consent.
so
She
so so, so my thing is
Wow.
this: why is this initially things are okay?
Hmm.
And then as things go on, and then now it's like for whatever reason, however you may feel about it, but that's the problem with people. They want to get into space. Well, either way,
So did she
really.
message you like
So
a
yeah, she
day
messaged me like
later
a
or a
couple.
week?
No, this was like weeks, bro. This was probably like 3 weeks.
Three
It was long.
weeks.
So I
Wow.
posted those videos. I was like 3 weeks. So the message was like, hey, if you can, it's it's if it's okay with you, if you can be able to remove the videos of me on this platform and any other platform, you know, and didn't even go into like, hey, was there something? Didn't really need to know because my thing is this: at the end of the day, if I can't, like, my thing is I didn't even tag her. So
Wow, you didn't even tag her. So
I didn't even
nobody
tag
really
her.
even
So
know.
so my thing is that no
Wow.
one would have the link, but if some people do see it, you know, it's
What
whatever. But
was you
it's like
guys
you don't
discussing? What was you guys discussing, if you mind me asking?
nutrition. She was talking about why she went on a drastic fast of some sort, and she realized that that wasn't the healthy way to do it, and then she got it. So I was asking her what led her to this point. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? What led her to want to take it more seriously? And she gave a little backstory. And I think giving backstory is pretty much it'll help other people that
Yeah.
also have
Yeah.
the same frame of reference.
Right,
So
right.
my idea as a content creator is like, oh yeah, let's hear your backstory. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
That's where it transitioned into with the questions that I was asking.
Hmm.
So good content. So um,
Was
when
the
she was just like,
backstory like anything like
it
demoralizing?
was just it wasn't that personal. It was just her saying that she put on some weight and then she realized that you know overweight or big bone or whatever she said at the moment like runs in the family. So she was like she didn't want her to be the another byproduct. So that's why she went and did the drastic diets and stuff. But now she knows how to do it properly.
So it's nothing harmful. There's nothing harmful you guys talk about. But she's like, hey, can you 3 weeks later, she's like, hey, can you remove my video from your platform?
Yeah, yeah. People are very picky, man. People are very picky.
Does she
Very.
still follow you?
I don't know. I unfollowed her though, but
That's
for real, right there
crazy.
when I deleted those videos and I unfollowed her and I was like, hey, listen, it's already done.
Mm,
Appreciate you.
mm.
Like,
That's honestly and truly, like I feel like that is something that's like there's a personal issue going on.
oh, of
And
course. That's why I never take it personal. It's
mhm,
with it now. Because my thing is in this day and age, as much as people are on social media consuming, I'm like, you also want to create content. So I'm just like, what you really hiding from the people here? Like,
the
I don't
truth.
understand. And, and which is why I'm just like, yeah, I get it. Probably you would think that you'd be looking differently on camera, and then you see it, and you're like,
That is
oh
real,
shit,
bro. Probably watch yourself
oh
ten
shit.
thousand times. Like, oh, I don't like
They're
this
like,
angle. I don't like this angle.
ooh, nah, trust me. I've been around chicks where it's been like, I'm like, yo, like, come on. Then if this is the case, how you gonna be? Why are you showing skin to begin with? Just cover up. We don't have to worry about angles, man. No, no, no. I don't like. I gotta delete. You gotta delete that. You know how long? Oh my gosh, bro. Like, all right, let me go. I got my set to do because I don't got time for that.
Bro,
But yeah,
that's funny. That is funny, bro. I don't like this angle. I don't like that. It's like, damn, man, just a video.
maybe maybe we need to
Bro,
reconsider this whole content thing that you're doing.
it's so
Right.
sad because I don't think I ever went on anybody DM or message and be like, yo, even if me and the person not talking and be like, yo, can you remove my videos? I never did that. Because at the end of the day, like, dude, it's video. Like nothing if it's not something like
Degrade it.
you're disrespecting me, yeah, like I'm like, bro, like, don't bro, at the end of the day, whatever I say, and this is the thing about being transparent. Whatever I say, I let it be what it is in the atmosphere. If I'm wrong, right? I could completely somebody say, "Yo, I saw this video and you said such and such and such." I say, "Yo, and if I'm wrong about it and I know better now, I say, "Yo, I said this. Yeah, I made a mistake, but I didn't know better. Sorry." And I move forward. I'm not gonna tell somebody, "Yo, can you move this video? Can you do this?" And it's so funny because I see people like true story, bro. I see people with like they would invite me collabo, right? They'll do like an invite collabo, right? On Instagram. They'll do an invite collabo. And I'll be like, okay, accept. So for some of you guys don't know what invite collabo is, that when somebody's inviting you to collaborate on their video, so your viewer could see the video that they created. So say me and somebody did a workout and they do an invite collabo and I accept it. Now my viewers could see that video. So I would have people do the invite collabo. Remind you, in my head, I'm like, why you invite collabo with me? I don't care. I accept it. Cause sometimes it be videos that I'm not even like consenting. It's not even videos that you even say, "Yo, would you mind me putting this video up?" You never even ask me, right? But you would hit invite collabo. I say, "Cool, I accept." Now, here go a real funny story. They would low key invite collabo me right after being amongst me or something like that, and never ask me, "Hell, I'm gonna put this video up. I'm gonna do invite collabo. Would you mind accepting that invite collabo?" Never asked me that, and I was still accepted. Right now, months later or years later, I stopped talking to the person. We stopped talking for some reason. We don't work together no more, or we just like not in the same circle. Whatever the case is, you will start seeing now pop up down down in my notification. Oh, this person did invite you. This person uninvite themselves or uninvite themselves from and I'm just like, to me it doesn't matter because I'm like, honestly and truly, like whatever I said or did on that video is great for me. Like I don't care. Whatever you do on my video and I invite collaborate you on, and if you decide to de-invite yourself from it because you don't want to be affiliated with me no more, great. That's on you. However, I'm not a person like that. Like I don't go back on videos and de-invite people or untag people or tell you or delete my video because that stuff doesn't matter. My ethos is my ethos. My truth is my truth. You know what I'm saying? And people got to start getting out their feelings because people spend so much time criticizing themselves, man, that they get stuck. They get stuck in like you said, that was a 3 weeks ago video, 3 weeks prior, and then she hit you up 3 weeks later. Yo, can you remove this video? Like
Like there's a lot more things I gotta be able to wrap my mind around. And the last thing I need is trying to understand why a simple-minded person is telling the next person to remove something that's potentially giving her some form of publicity, to do whatever it is that she's doing. And she's talking about these are things that's coming out of your mouth. I would think that you're spewing out things that you're like,
I guess it goes along to say people don't have privacy no more. Like I can't come up and talk to you without being recorded.
I'm like, well, if that's then and that's the thing, right? It's like, yo, then don't converse with me because this is what I do. Everything is gonna be on some. No, honestly, they should and
It's like, what do you got to talk about in secret, right? Like, nobody should have secrets, right? Like, what are we talking about in secret?
like,
That's why I love
dude,
this podcast right here because we don't hold anything back. It's unfiltered. Nothing is like, yo, let's not talk about this. Let's talk. We talking about whatever we decide to talk about. Transparency.
have to. We have to. That's the only way you could be able to grow because it's no different from the 8 Mile movie with Eminem. What he did the reverse psychology on the man. Do you feel me? He put out all his flaws out there and said, "Yeah, go ahead and rap about that."
And he's
Homeboy,
like,
like
I ain't got nothing. I ain't
he's
got
like,
nothing.
"Damn, you did say that. I was gonna
Hmm.
use
Yeah.
so
Yeah. It's definitely sad. It's definitely sad that she had to look back at the video and say remove herself, and
yeah, because we're all growing. We're all growing. No one just appeared to be somewhere and got to where they are by just
it's sad.
just being, amazing. So my thing is, if you got somebody that's pulling on you in your premature stages in content creating, you should embrace that shit. But a lot of
Hmm.
times they love their comfortability far more than they love the growth that comes along with being uncomfortable. You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? Because that's all it
Facts.
was. It was somebody stretching you to be behind the camera. That's people's biggest issue right there.
Right.
you know. So if people can learn something from that talking point, it's just like, hey, embrace certain things that you may come across some people that
Hmm.
it may be uncomfortable, but embrace it because these are the very same things that's gonna help you build that force. I said force. Build that
That callous.
build up some tough skin,
No, I agree. I
right?
completely agree with you. I completely agree
So
with you.
it's just one of those things where you gotta embrace it. Embrace it,
Yeah.
and you come across people for a reason. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You don't just come across people for no lie. There's a reason. So
Yeah,
yeah,
dude, like, and this video is getting long and we gotta close it up here. But it's like it's one of the things that I try to tell people is like, we all have one life to live. Life is very short. People think life is long. Life is long if you make it, right? But life is very short if you live it to your full maximum. And you don't have to get in your head. Your head is a very devious place to be at sometimes. You overthink sometimes. You paralyze yourself by overthinking a lot. You have to try to move on the cord. Like, hey, this is happening. I need to move. You know what I'm saying? I trust this. I work on this. You know what I'm saying? Make more mistakes is okay. You're not gonna die. Okay. Now, people are afraid to grow. I get it. I've been there, but I'm telling you, the moment you take yourself out, just take yourself out, bird eye view, get really bird eye view, get real big eye, and just look at where you've been in life and where you're going, and you start realizing that you get there faster and you get there more, aware and experienced by making those little, nuanced mistakes. For example, if you make a video in the past and you're like, damn, I said this, and now a couple years later I'm like, damn, that wasn't factual, that wasn't, okay, I made a mistake. It's okay to apologize. You don't care if people say, "Oh man, you said this," and you was like, "Man, listen, I make mistakes too, just like you." You know what I'm saying? Like we all tell little white lies. We don't have to be punching about. We don't have to be so adamant and so. Oh yeah, no, we all make little lies. So don't get too much in your head with that, man. But I definitely want to talk about going in the future about like how we could get more fitness topics going because like I would have people talk to me in the gym and be like, yo, how come there's not a fitness podcast talking about like how to do a day-to-day activity and motivation and stuff like that. And we also want to bring this to the channel, meaning like how we are able to develop our physique over time and keep the consistency going because I think that's one of the biggest things we're selling ourselves short of is how to explain to people how to be more consistent, because yeah, we achieve this physique, but there's a certain kind of, madness that comes with this physique. You see Mario in there, you see Rotastic in there with a landmine rolling away, and you're like, what's wrong with him today? When it's like he knows that he got to put in the work to keep that physique, and the more developed you get, mm,
the
the more
more down there.
the more challenging it gets. So yeah, bro, just to finish up, you said you start off like you start yourself off with a 5-day workout. If you was coming into the gym fresh, you do like a 5-day split. Just get the people real fast a tip. For example, like how would you do a week workout? Would you do back, chest, legs, take off, then do arms, shoulders? Like what is your week looking like right now?
Is it the information that I'm gonna give for myself? Um, will it be helpful for the audience though? Because my training regimen is like I've said I'll do for starters it'll be legs, quads, hamstring, calves.
That's all one.
Next day you'll probably have back, the whole back, rear delt, tricep. Then you got chest, chest with some shoulders the next following day.
Mm,
So that's the third day. Chest, shoulders, and probably throwing some biceps if I have the chance to.
nice.
Then Thursday, the fourth day would be back to, it'll be like predominantly more and shoulders and probably like biceps and triceps.
Nice.
And then Friday back to legs. And then Saturday would be, well, if you got a 6 day, my 6 day, because it's not just 5 days, it's six
Mm,
days.
mm,
But it's really seven because the seventh day I don't go to the gym, I do a walk.
mm,
But 6 days in the gym. So on the sixth day, I'll seal the deal with another back movement
Wow.
and a back and chest movement. So therefore, we're able to tackle two times effectively, two hitting the body part muscle groups two times for the week.
Wow.
Muscle group, yeah.
Wow. All right, there you have it, guys. The ultimate workout split right now that Rotastic is running. But I'm literally right now, bro. I'm training 3 to 4 times a week.
Mm. Smooth. That is solid.
three, three to
That is
four
solid.
times a week. That is it. I three. Not training. I'm not overdoing it. Cause I'm letting my joints recover, man. That's why I'm training like that. I'm letting my joints recover. People don't understand about breaks. Breaks are important. They're just like breaking down tissue. You're in the gym training hard all the time. You can't do that year round. You have to be able to pull off and let the joints recover. Let those small, minute muscles really build. We're overdoing it. I think a lot of us sometimes get in the process of overdoing it and not understanding how to grow. And growing happens outside the gym, not inside the gym. So right now, my 3 to 4 days a week really consist of really heavy lifts but very accessory volume size work sets after. So right now that's my split. It's gonna be like that for the next 90 days. It's gonna be like that until like the end of March, and then going back into prep season, which should fall a little bit in May. My prep should start back up for bodybuilding, but right now it's just about pulling back and training heavier. If you guys don't follow me already, follow me on the Instagram, Dre the Reaper underscore or dash fitness trainer. It's very simple. Um, but yeah, that's my split right now, man. 3 to 4 days a week. Nothing too crazy. Heavy loads and high volumes. Just a good mixture. A good mixture. Anything else, bro? Anything else you want to talk about?
Oh man. How so when you pull back from that, right? Do you feel any way about like do you ever feel antsy or like do you or you just become more consumed with other things and like do you feel like there's a void a little bit? Like
Yeah, I mean, but that's a problem with most of us. We feel like there's a void to be filled, but there is not. So when the thing when it's called you give it all. You give it your all in the training session. So the thing is that when you're not fully recovered, you go into a training session and you would not push yourself, if that makes sense. So if you're, for example, you're there. If you train by yourself, because I train by myself. If you train by yourself, you realize if you're doing a pull down and you start feeling taxed, and you're like, man, dude, this is, I'm gonna do 15 reps, and you get to 15, you're like, ooh, that was pretty good, and then you walk away from that machine, and you're like, in your head and back in your mind, you're like, I could do two, three more. I could have went heavier. There's a little talker in the back of your head, like I could have really pushed that. Those are what I'm pushing now, if that makes sense. So it's like I would take a 150 pound dumbbell, right? Say I'm doing a chest press, I mean a dumbbell press, and I will push the 150 to a max rep, right? Because I'm trying to exert that force that's called muscle really atrophy, pushing it through the stress level that it normally would try to be reserved. So 135, I'd be like, okay, let me get five because I know in my head I could get five. What I'm doing now is saying I'm going to 150 and I'm gonna push past that max. So whatever it takes, I'm gonna fight it, and I'm fighting, but I'm giving myself enough time to recover. So that's the
100%.
only difference now is that I'm feeling my workout harder, but I'm giving myself enough time to recover. So when I do hit it again, I'm like, holy crap, it feels like new stimulations happening,
I see what you're
So
saying. Makes sense.
the
Makes sense.
void of being patient and sitting back and saying, you know what, I need to rest is a real thing. But if you say to yourself, this rest day is to help me recover, if you say to yourself, this day is to help me recover, to build more strength, to pack on more tissue, to make that ligament recover, you're gonna give yourself a new understanding of how to train and how to be patient.
No,
Now
I
if you
can
want,
see that. I can see that.
yeah, if you want to
I
take a
can
little
see that.
walk, a little 20-minute, 30-minute walk, go for it. But if you're sitting there like, now I gotta do something, I gotta do something, I gotta do something, you're not gonna recover, you're not gonna train, and you're not gonna get stronger, you're not gonna develop more muscle growth. You're just gonna be tapping into it instead of making it grow. So
Yeah. No, I see what you're saying. That's a good method. That's a good method. I like that. That's pretty thorough. That's pretty
yeah,
thorough. Get the
yeah,
job done.
yeah.
So
So,
right now,
hmm
putting on size. That's the objective right now on the
oh
off season.
yeah, dude, growing day in day out is I'm not gonna put on like exponentially amount of size, because I'm back in prep again, come soon. So it's like I'm not gonna put an exponential amount of size, but my goal is to make sure I hold 225, 227 for at least a couple months and just train heavy. So my goal right now is to train heavy, but to keep a working set. My working sets are very short. My working sets are literally like one, maybe two sets. So you know how like we touch something heavy, right? Say for example deadlift, we touch it heavy, boom. All right, we went for a heavy set, boom. That was a PR, boom. Whew. Then I'll go into a working set. My working set would be like one set of like a working weight, or maybe two, right? And that's
Makes sense.
it. We're going into the next workout.
Mhm.
Now, when I'm in prep, the working set is like five compared to one or two. Make
Right.
sense? So
100%.
it's cool. It's cool. There's nothing wrong with it. And I would throw a conditioning day. A conditioning day would consist of me literally just keeping my heart rate up and not doing anything extremely, heavy or nothing like that, just to get my body to keep burning, like to keep my body in a high caloric intake. Because, like, for
Right.
example, I'm an ectomorph. So for me to eat a little bit more, I would have to be able to keep my thermogenic like up. So my body will want to eat more instead of like my appetite don't get stimulated by me sitting around. So for me to get my appetite stimulated, I gotta try to do a little bit of conditioning work, going off into like a 2 day rest period, right? Where I could be able to, okay, eat and eat and eat and not be like, oh, I don't want to eat.
100%. 100%. I've seen that too. When with the walking, it's allowed me to increase my appetite. Because knocking down these meals like that, it can become a little bit like, dude. That's why like I'm gonna start implementing shakes in the mids too, because doing
Huge.
all this food, man, just be
It's
it,
hard.
it gets a little hard to just keep doing that. Like it's just whole foods, no snacks.
Yeah. And you're
So
sitting
you
around the
gotta
plate
find
like,
your
oh,
way.
I gotta eat this
I'm
shit.
like, yo, it's like 20 minutes, man. What we doing, man? 30 minutes. But I get caught up on live with it too, so that's another thing where I'll be talking.
Yeah, I'm eating cakes. Like right now I'm eating like brownie. I made brownie last night. I'm eating brownie and stuff like that. Like I'm eating things that could keep my calorie like my appetite stimulated too also. So I'm eating like some sugar dense calorie stuff. But however, I'm still eating clean. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what people I don't want people to mistake. Like I'm not eating completely dirty. Like I'm not eating dirty every day. Like I'm keeping my food very relatively high. Um like this morning I had like 120 grams of carbs, right? I had like 35 grams of protein, right? And 15 grams of fat, right? Very, 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 very minuscule. But today's my leg day. Um, so I don't tend to put on all my calories in before I work out. I tend to do it after. But I could make a whole separate video about that. But
100%.
anything else, my brother?
Um, hey, it was pretty. It was a pleasure. You know,
Oh,
it's definitely a pleasure. Like being able to politic, be able to go ahead and give some insights. Hopefully, this will um, land upon someone's eardrums and they could be able to pick apart things that they may need to apply for themselves and go ahead and help their lineage for years to come. So that's ultimately the goal and the objective, I would say. So, nah, it's a pleasure, brother.
yeah, absolutely, my bro. Like I said, can't wait to see you soon, man. We're gonna be yeah, we're supposed to be talking, man. Let me go ahead and wrap this up, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you. Stay strong, stay positive. Keep keeping that eye. Until next time, guys. Stay up.